Let me ask you something. You're working hard. You show up. You provide. You do everything you were supposed to do. And you still feel stuck. Not lazy stuck. Not lost stuck. Just ceiling stuck. Like you climbed as far as this ladder goes, and there's nothing above you but more of the same. More hours. More hustle. More trading your time for a paycheck that never quite builds anything. Here's what I know about that feeling. It's not a motivation problem. It's a model problem. The model most of us were handed. Work hard. Get a raise. Save for retirement. That was designed to keep you productive, not free. And I didn't figure that out until I already spent 19 years inside of it. I grew up on a working ranch in southeastern Idaho. We weren't wealthy. We were resourceful. Hunting was just a hobby. It was part of how we put food on the table. The ranch taught me how to work. Rodeo taught me how to compete and lose and get back on. But nobody on that ranch ever taught me how to build true wealth. So I did what made sense. I went to work. 19 years in a corporate job. I ran facilities. I ran service centers. I was a technician working on power generation equipment. I worked my way from the shop tech all the way to where I managed national critical facilities. I was good at my job. I provided for my family. But I wasn't building anything that was mine. I hit a ceiling, and I looked up, and there was no ladder left. I climbed as far as that system was going to let me go. And then I met Sherry. Sherry was the first person who showed me what it looked like to actually own something. Not just working for something. Own it. Build it. Pass it on. She had a vision for what our life could look like if we build it the right way. And for the first time, I could see a path. In 2016, I went to an event. We had general admissions tickets. Then we went to the happy hour that night. And I went back to the registration desk and upgraded to VIP. I didn't overthink it. Just made the decision. The next day, I sat down to lunch with my mentor that I met that day. And guess what? He introduced me to Robert Kiyosaki. One fast decision changed everything. Not because of who was at the table, but because of what it taught me. The people who build real wealth make decisions differently. They move toward opportunity before they feel ready. They invest before they're comfortable. They act on conviction, not certainty. That day confirmed what Sherry and I had already started to build, and what became the foundation of the ranch method. Vision without a timeline is a dream. Vision with a timeline is a plan. A plan with a system is a destiny. So let me walk you through the system. The R stands for residual income, and this is where everything starts. Most people earn linear income. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. You stop working, the income stops. That's not a career. That's a treadmill. Residual income is different. You build something once, a team, a system, a product that keeps selling, and it keeps generating income after the work is done. Money that moves without you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, I'm not talking about passive income fantasies where you do nothing and money appears. I'm talking about income that requires real work up front and then compounds over time while you sleep. The vehicle Sherry and I use to build our residual income base is network marketing. And before you check me out, stay with me for 60 seconds, because I was skeptical too for months. What changed my mind wasn't a pitch. It was recognizing a system I already knew how to run. Leadership, duplication, consistent action. I've been doing those things in corporate America for almost 2 decades. I just hadn't been doing them for myself. Income is a river. Assets are the reservoir. Build the reservoir. Residual income is a river. It's the first pillar because without it, nothing else in this system works. The A stands for asset growth. And this is where the residual income goes. Building residual income without a plan for where it goes is just making more money. That's not a strategy. That's a salary with extra steps. Asset growth means using your residual income to acquire real estate, properties that appreciate in value, generate cash flow, and provide the kind of financial security that a W-2 never can. Most people want to invest in real estate, never do because they're waiting until they have enough capital. Here's the truth. You don't need to have all the money. You need to bring value to the people who do. Sherry built our real estate deal pipeline through her network marketing relationships. A contact in Iowa led to a duplex purchase. No realtor, direct from the seller. The seller referred her to an apartment complex. Network equals deal flow. Most investors never figure that out. Real estate is the long game. Network marketing income is the fuel. Together, they create a compounding flywheel. More income leads to more assets. More assets generate more income. That's the system. The N stands for network marketing leverage. And I know what some of you are thinking. I thought the same thing. Network marketing done wrong is everything you've probably seen. Pressure, hype, chasing people who aren't looking, burning relationships for a check. I want nothing to do with that version, and I don't teach it. Network marketing done right is leverage. You're not selling to friends and family. You're building a team using attraction marketing, creating content, and conversations that bring the right people to you. When your team grows, your income grows. That's leverage. The system we use is called Simple. It's a step-by-step framework for building a team without manipulation, without chasing, and without sacrificing your integrity for a commission. So stop chasing people who aren't looking. Start being found by the people who are, because it all starts with conversations. That one shift changes everything about how you build. The C stands for consistent action. And this is the one nobody wants to talk about. Because there's no structure here. Because there's no shortcut here. No hack. No overnight success story that actually holds up under scrutiny. What builds a real business is showing up every single day. Posting the contact. Making the connection. Following up. Doing the small things that compound over months and years into something significant. I learned this the hard way. When my consistency slipped, my team went quiet, and my income tapered. The rebuild was harder than the original build. Consistency isn't optional. It's the whole game. Motivation gets you started. Your why keeps you going when motivation runs out. Momentum is a living thing. It either grows or it decays. There is no holding pattern. 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, executed with intention. That's not a grind. That's a system. And systems produce results that sprints never will. The H stands for honoring your values. And this is the pillar that holds everything else together. Because here's what I've seen happen to good men who build income without this foundation. They get the money and they lose what mattered: the marriage, the relationship with their kids, their own sense of who they are. Building financial freedom at the cost of your family, your health, or your integrity isn't freedom. It's just a different kind of cage. In the R.A.N.C.H method, faith is the foundation, not decoration. The foundation. Every decision runs through this filter. Does this align with who I am and what I'm building toward? I believe God blesses what is managed well. I believe stewardship and success are not in conflict. I believe a man who trades his integrity for income has made the worst deal of his life. A man who trades his integrity for income has made the worst deal of his life. Your values are not a soft add-on to your business strategy. They are your business strategy. They're what makes this worth building and worth passing on. So here's what the R.A.N.C.H method looks like in motion. You start with residual income. Build a network marketing team that generates recurring income using the simple system. That income doesn't go into lifestyle inflation. It goes into assets. Real estate that appreciates, cash flows, and compounds. The network you build through network marketing becomes your real estate deal flow, just like Sherry proved. Consistent action is the daily discipline that keeps the flywheel moving. And honoring your values is the filter that makes sure everything you build is worth having when you get there. 5 pillars, 1 system, built for the man who is done trading time for money and ready to build something real. This isn't theory. Sherry and I built this. We co-founded a residential assisted living company using other people's money, ran it for years, and sold it. We built a network marketing organization from scratch. We used that income to invest in real estate. We did it on faith, with integrity, with a system, and we did it together. Everything I teach in the R.A.N.C.H method, I have lived. If this resonates with you, if you've been sitting there nodding because you recognize your own story and mine, I want to show you the whole system. I put together a free training where I walk you through all 5 pillars of the R.A.N.C.H method in detail. How to build residual income, how to fund real estate with it, how to finally step off the time for money treadmill for good. No pitch, no pressure, just the system, laid out straight from a man who has built it. The link is in the description. Registry is free. Show up, and after that training, you want to talk about what this looks like for your specific situation? Well, there's a link to book a call with me directly. You do not find time. You design it. Protect what you design. Faith, freedom, financial independence. Now go build the rest.